Self-Knowledge by Adi Shankaracharya. Authored by Roy Eugene Davis. Guidelines to Superconscious Meditation Practice. Superconscious means super, above or beyond. A clear state of consciousness without modifying influences and fluctuations, which blur and fragment ordinary states of consciousness. Meditation means a concentrated flow of attention. Contemplation means to look at or examine with expectation of discovery. Superconscious meditation practice is recommended for every person who wants to have the psychological and physiological side benefits. It is especially helpful for truth seekers who aspire to be spiritually enlightened. A basic meditation routine. Novice meditators should first learn to patiently sit until their body is relaxed, the mind is calm, emotions are settled, and awareness is clear. Doing this for 20 to 30 minutes once or twice a day is beneficial even if advanced methods are not later used. The beneficial results include stress reduction, improved powers of concentration, rational thinking, enhanced intellectual and intuitive powers, emotional stability, strengthening of the body's immune system, slowing of biological aging process, and refinement of the brain and the nervous system. Establish a regular schedule. Early morning is a good time to meditate. Your body will then be somewhat calm and it will be easier to be attentive. 1. Sit upright in a comfortable chair. If you prefer to sit on the floor or on a bed or couch in a cross-legged posture, do so if it is comfortable for you. Relax. Inhale and exhale deeply 2 or 3 times. Direct your attention to the front region of the brain, above and between your eyebrows. Do not strain to look there, just have your awareness there. If meditation begins to flow naturally, let it happen. As your breathing becomes slower and less forceful, your mind will be calm. Rest in that clear state of consciousness for several minutes. 2. If meditation does not flow naturally, focus your attention by using a word or a word phrase, that is mantra, or by observing the flow of air in your nostrils as you breathe. A word or word phrase should be pleasant to use. Peace, joy, Om, God, or Om peace, Om joy, Om God, or any words of your choosing. Sanskrit mantras that are easy to use are Hong So, Hum Sa, and So Hum. Experiment until you discover one that is comfortable for you to use. When using the word, put your attention and awareness in the front region of the brain and mentally speak the word. Examples: peace, 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 or Om, 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 Om. Continue doing this until your attention is focused. Then let the mental chanting fade away and rest for a while in that calm, clear state of consciousness. When using a word phrase, mentally speak the first word with inhalation and the second word with exhalation. Do it until your attention is focused. Then stop chanting and rest in the calm, clear state of consciousness. Before concluding your practice, acknowledge all souls in the world and in subtle realms. Compassionately radiate thoughts and feelings of goodwill to them. The clear state of consciousness is a peak experience during which superconscious influences purify the mind, weaken and neutralize troublesome subconscious conditions, and refresh and enliven the physical body. When you are proficient in practicing the basic routine, use the first routine described below. Then use the other practices as you feel inclined to use them. There is no specific order in which to practice various forms of meditation. Practice according to your inclination. You may use one or more forms of meditation during a practice session. If you notice that you are not attentive, resume the technique you started with or use another one until your attention is again focused. Then sit in the silence. Om vibration meditation. Listen to subtle sounds that you hear in your ears and around your head. Gently endeavor to go beyond the first sounds that you hear to more subtle sounds. When the sound is clear and constant, use it as self-manifesting mantra. Consider it to be an aspect of the omnipresent Om vibration. Let your attention and awareness somewhat merge in that sound. Expand your awareness in it. Contemplate the radiant field of Supreme Reality, from which Om continuously emanates. Aspire to apprehend and experience that radiant field. When listening to Om, have your attention and awareness in higher brain. Let your innate urge to have your consciousness completely restored to its original pure wholeness determine the results of Om vibration meditation. Meditating in Om, then going beyond it, is a direct way to self and God realization. In a printed lesson prepared by Paramahansa Yogananda in the 1920s, he explained to his students how to meditate the Om vibration. Close your eyes, relax. Be aware of the inner darkness around you. Feel it. Imagine it to be filled with the Om vibration. Imagine it to be as large as planet Earth, then so large that it contains the stars and planets, everything in the universe. Imagine it to be infinite, without boundaries. Fill your space with the consciousness of bliss, with your attention equally everywhere. Be conscious of your immortality, knowledge, peace, and the all-pervading energies and life forces. Remain identified with the Om vibration for as long as you can, as often as you can. The infinite reality of God will then be known by you. To have wholesome desires fulfilled, he advised his disciples to float them in the Om vibration with firm faith and soul-felt conviction that they would definitely be realized. He said that one should only have necessary desires which would enable purposes of real value to be fulfilled without interfering with spiritual practices and aspiration to be self-realized. Prayerful meditation. Pray to the ultimate reality for success in meditation practice, verbally, mentally, or with wordless aspiration to realize your true nature and your relationship with the infinite. Do it when you first sit to meditate or any time during your practice session. Acknowledge the omnipresent reality around and within you. Pray spontaneously or use a prayer of your choice. For example, Infinite Reality, I sincerely want to be spiritually enlightened, calm and illumine my mind. Bring forth from them me all of my innate divine qualities. Purify my intellect, expand and clarify my awareness, completely restore my consciousness to its original pure wholeness. Then wait for the response which will emerge from within you. Observe the subtle changes in mental states and states of consciousness that occur. Patiently sit in what Christian mystics described as holy repose, restful calmness with a vivid sense of communion with the presence of God or a sense of being in God. Affirmative meditation. Affirm that what you want to experience or realize is emerging into your conscious awareness. Affirm audibly or mentally. If you begin with audible affirmation, speak quietly, whisper it, mentally speak it, then calmly sit, knowing and feeling that what was affirmed is experienced or realized. Use an affirmation that you prefer or use this one. The radiance of my pure essence of being is fully emerging into my conscious awareness. Feel the purity of your being pervading your mind, clarifying and enlarging your consciousness, bringing forth your spiritual qualities and revealing all knowledge of your true nature and of the one reality and its processes. Enlivening the energies of the chakras and internalization of attention. In the human body, 7 major nerve plexus in the spine and brain are located, where channels through which life force flows in the subtle body converge at energy centers or chakras. First chakra at the coccygeal plexus, the bottom of the spine, associated with modified, blurred and fragmented states of consciousness. Second chakra at the sacral plexus, associated with partial spiritual awakening mixed with modified states of mind and consciousness. Third chakra at the lumbar plexus, associated with rational thinking and effective functional abilities. Fourth chakra at the dorsal plexus, associated with fervent spiritual aspiration, self-control, and self-awareness. Fifth chakra, at the cervical plexus, associated with powers of discriminative intelligence. Sixth chakra, in the front region of the brain, associated with improved powers of intuition. Seventh chakra, in the higher brain, associated with clarity of awareness and transcendent superconscious states. In people who are not yet spiritually inclined, much of their life force is dormant in the lower chakras. It may be aroused by fervent aspiration to be spiritually enlightened, nurturing compassion, harmlessness, honesty, and truthfulness. Devotional prayer, superconscious meditation practice, and by being with spiritually conscious people and having mental and spiritual attunement with them. Environmental influences at places where others have prayed and meditated, such as religious shrines, retreat centers, or quiet ashrams, may also arouse one's life forces and evoke spiritual inclinations. Here are the steps. Sit upright. Put your attention and awareness in your spine and front and higher region of the brain. Locate the chakra at the base of the spine. Feel it. Mentally chant Om and feel a vibration response there. Chant Om by mentally saying it rather than using a long intonation. Ascend to the second chakra. Feel it. Mentally chant Om and feel a vibration response there. Continue to go through the chakras to the front region of the brain, then the higher brain. Pause for a moment. Go down through the chakras. Chant Om and feel a vibration at each chakra. Pause at the bottom chakra, then again go up and down through the chakras. Do this several times. Conclude the practice session by staying in the higher brain. Chant Om there for a few minutes. Listen to Om, somewhat merge with it, go beyond it to pure consciousness. When practicing this routine, if you see bright light in the front region of the brain or in the higher brain, it can be helpful to allow your attention to be attracted to it. Subjective perception of light caused by activation of brain centers when attention is internalized is not a supernatural event. If bright light is not seen, don't be concerned. It is more spiritually beneficial to experience superconscious states and to awaken to self and God realization. During meditation, if you have perceptions of mental scenes of people or places, memories of pleasant or unpleasant events, or emotional surges, avoid preoccupation with them. If you feel inclined to allow your body to sway or your arms to move, inhale, mildly tense the muscles of the body, exhale and relax. Maintain a firm, balanced, seated posture. Remember that the purpose of meditation practice is to be superconscious. Detach your attention and awareness from external conditions. Visualization meditation. When you notice that you are passive or inattentive during a meditation session, do something to focus your attention. Pray Use a meditation technique or imagine that your awareness is clear and that you are spiritually awake. Creative imagining can remove your attention from a limited sense of self-identity, clarify your awareness, and make yourself receptive to experiencing refined states of consciousness. Here are the steps. Mentally see and feel yourself to be fully conscious in the present moment. See yourself as being spiritually enlightened. Imagine yourself to be a joyous bubble of pure consciousness in the infinite ocean of consciousness. As a joyous bubble of pure consciousness expand to omnipresence. Imagine that you are omniscient, that you have all knowledge of supreme consciousness and its processes. Aspire to actually experience what you visualize when you are calm, and you may have spontaneous, transcendent perceptions. Analytical, meditative contemplation. To analyze means to insightfully examine. After sitting for a while in a calm, self-aware state, if you are inclined to sit longer, meditatively contemplate that which you want to more fully comprehend. Here are the steps. Contemplate your true nature. Inquire, what am I? If you ask, who am I? You may be inclined to think about aspects or characteristics of a personality-oriented self-identity. By discarding all that is not permanent, the personality, mind, and physical body, you will be able to know that you are the changeless observer. At first, such knowledge may be a well-reasoned conclusion. In time, you will have a viewpoint that provides you with experience of what you are. Contemplate the reality commonly referred to as God, its expressive aspect with attributes, and its pure existence or absolute aspect. Meditatively examine the categories and processes of cosmic manifestation from the radiant field of the expressive aspect of supreme reality to the primordial field of nature, that is, the Om vibration with causative influences that produce space, time, and cosmic forces. Desire to comprehend how the blending of the attributes of the radiant field and the primordial nature individualize units of pure consciousness. Meditatively contemplate what you were like when you were first individualized, before you became involved with space-time phenomena and temporarily forgot your true nature. Identify with your pure conscious essence of being. Insights may not always be had when you are examining higher realities. Later, when you are not trying to understand what you want to know, or when you are reading metaphysical literature, knowledge may suddenly emerge into your awareness. Transcendent meditation. Transcendent means beyond the limits of ordinary experience, independent of material things. Acknowledge your pure conscious essence, then patiently sit with alert expectation of discovery. If thoughts or feelings persist, ignore them. If your attention wanders Focus it on what you intend to realize. With attentive practice, you will soon be able to transcend ordinary states of mind and consciousness. When your self-realization is flawless, it will prevail when you are engaged in activities and relationships. The purity of your essence of being will continuously enliven your body, refine your nervous system, purify your mind, illumine your consciousness, and bring forth from within you seemingly endless streams of knowledge of higher realities. When your consciousness is as pure as your essence of being, you will be fully spiritually enlightened, permanently liberated from all the conditions which formerly confined and limited you. By your own right endeavors and God's grace, liberation of consciousness can be realized in your current incarnation. Your right endeavors allow rapid spiritual growth to naturally occur. Because of the inherent inclinations of Supreme Consciousness to express more freely as and through units of itself, the more receptive and responsive you are to its inclinations to be nurturing and transformative, the more evidence of grace you will have in your life. As your spiritual awareness improves, your further spiritual growth will be easier and more rapid. Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. In Sanskrit, Nadi means an astral channel or conduit through which life force flows, and Shodhana means cleansing or purifying. Pranayama. Pran, life force, and the ayama, to increase or extend. Regulated breathing that results in slow inhalations, exhalations, and natural pauses between them. Pranayama practice elicits relaxation and calms the mind. When we are physically and psychologically healthy, more air is inhaled and exhaled through one nostril for about 2 hours, then through the other nostril for about 2 hours. During right nostril airflow, dominance, mental and emotional states and behaviors tend to be associated with the left hemisphere of the brain. When breathing is more forceful through the left nostril, mental and emotional states and behaviors tend to be associated with the right hemisphere of the brain. Nadi Shodhana Pranayama causes air to flow with equal force in both nostrils, producing coherence or harmonious interactions between both hemispheres of the brain. Use this pranayama before meditating or during meditation when you need to calm the mind and focus attention. Here are the steps. Sit upright, put your attention in the front region of the brain. With a finger, close the right nostril. Inhale slowly and deeply through the left nostril. Pause for a moment. Close the left nostril. Exhale through the right nostril. Pause for a moment. Inhale through the right nostril. Pause for a moment. Close the right nostril. Exhale through the left nostril. Do this 10 to 15 times. You may also mentally chant Om when you inhale and exhale, or use either the Hong So or So Hum mantra. Notice the calming effects of this pranayama. Experiment until you discover a comfortable rhythm of inhalation, pause, and exhalation. Notice the thought-free state of clarified awareness that you have during the natural pauses of inhalation and exhalation. Note for Kriya Yoga initiates. Practice the basic Kriya Yoga meditation techniques. Use the other forms as supplemental practices, especially during longer meditation sessions. After practicing the basic techniques and sitting in the deep silence for a while, when you notice that you are inattentive or passive, either practice mantra meditation, pray, affirm, visualize, contemplate what you want to know or experience, or meditate in the Om vibration.